happy Friday, and thanks for tuning in to RadioFreeRhinecliff.org and this show in particular. It's correct me if I'm Norm. I'm your host, Norm. I'm thrilled to be here with Bill Ayton.
Hello.
Also known as William Tom Ayton.
Tom. It's not an abbreviation.
It's not. That's nice.
Yeah, it's my grandfather's. He was Tom Watson. The IBM Tom Watson.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
Shame that.
And was his Tom an abbreviation for something?
No, it was his full name, Tom.
Nice.
In fact, he was in World War I and World War II, and in the local village, they put a plaque in the church wall with all the people who served it, and they put him Thomas, and he caused a bit of a stink about that.
The English really, my name is Norm, it's short for Norman. I lived in England for a while.
I decoded that, yes.
And everybody there said, hi, I'm Norm. They say, pleased to meet you, Norman. Be like, what the fuck, that's not my name. And nobody except the English ever did that to me.
Okay. Well, there was a Norman invasion, you may recall.
That's the only date in history I know.
1066.
The only date in history I know. Anyway, Bill Ayton, William Tom Ayton, thank you so much for...
T. I also go by William T.
William T, that's your hip-hop name?
That's my professional art name.
Is it?
Usually, yeah, if I'm do it like for a show or something, or William T.
And what's the next show coming up?
It might be in China. I don't know. I'm waiting to hear from China.
Where in China?
Beijing. Tsinghua University. It's some kind of biennial or something. So I sent you a thing, the video with sound.
Yeah.
Could you open that?
I could. I saw that. That was interesting.
Yeah. So it could be just a video. It could be projected on screens, making a room around you, kind of like a thing I did, the War Room. I noticed Albert Shahinian's wife put I don't know if you saw this on Facebook. Ask him about the War Room at the Shahinian Gallery. Oh. That was like 20 years ago. So shout out to the Shahinian Gallery in Poughkeepsie, where I did an installation.
I think it's right here in Rhinebeck now.
It used to be in Poughkeepsie as well. They used to have two.
There you go. And so tell me about the War Room.
It was a four-wall painted installation. It was about the Iraq War protest. It was a protest piece, I guess. A meditation on the four faces of war: the warriors, the victims, the witnesses, and the aftermath. And so each wall was a wall-sized painting. I also did it in a little place called New York City.
I've heard of that. And
yes.
with four faces of war, is that something you came up with, or is that Cicero or some crap?
He may have also been indirectly. I don't know. Diana, my wife, who I have to mention, because otherwise there'll be problems.
Is she listening now?
If she's figured out how to get this on her phone or computer, sure.
Yeah.
She'll watch the playback or...
yeah.
So yeah, we often, the thing in China, she's a co-conspirator in that as well. And she runs a thing called she runs something called Leonardo ISAST, International Society of Art, Science, Technology, which was founded in Paris 59 years ago, by the guy who invented rocket fuel, Frank Molina, out of the Jet Propulsion Laboratory.
Oh, NASA out there in California, right?
Yes, and then he was exiled to Paris, where he started Leonardo, and he also set up the science part of UNESCO.
Right, he wasn't literally exiled to Paris.
I think for some, people were blacklisted back in the day for being associated with.
You can speak freely here
with communists.
William T.
I think there was a communist link of some kind. Everybody was blacklisted if they looked at a communist person or went to a meeting or something.
Right.
So he had to go to Paris, and the rest is history.
Yeah, this is the guy who invented jet fuel.
He was one of the people. There's another guy, Jack Parsons, who blew himself up, famously.
Testing rocket fuel
in his lab. Yeah, he was a Aleister Crowley follower as well. Jack Parsons, not Frank Molina.
And that's a whole nother.
Anyway, you should have Diana on. I'm probably getting this all wrong and skewing it horribly.
That's good. It'll give you all something.
You'll get sued.
You'll have something to talk about later on tonight, you and Diana.
Yeah. Why did you say that?
All the things you got wrong.
She'll have a list. She makes a lot of lists.
So
she's a list maker.
And are
professionally?
Are you a list maker?
No, I I mean, I write things on paper. I've got piles of paper with random things that I don't understand.
Scraps of paper?
Scraps, yeah, well, or sheets, like printer paper.
Right.
I write down like passwords or
What about
numbers.
Post-it notes?
No, I have like 2.
Napkins?
No,
Dry cleaning receipts?
never dry clean anything.
Oh, don't you?
Everything is washable
Uh-huh.
in a washing machine.
That's
Fun
good.
fact. There's lots of behind the scenes details in this that people really couldn't care less about. Probably.
This is what I do, and this show is just all for my pleasure.
Okay.
So I'm happy to hear that. So in what ways do you and Diana work really well together? And the follow-up question is, in what ways do you not work so well together? It's tough business working with a spouse.
Woman. You were going to say woman. I
was
saw the
not.
I saw the word.
I was going to say wife, but then
wife.
I wanted
Okay.
to make it gender specific.
It's we get on pretty well together actually.
Uh-huh.
We work well together. It's weird because on paper none of this works. People looked at us and I'll give this 6 months. When we first got married.
And how did you all meet?
Oh, we met in Madrid in a bar restaurant. And I was living in Madrid at the time.
Yeah.
As you do
Some
when you're young and stupid.
some tawdry tapas bar.
Kinda. It was in Plaza Olavide in near Calle Fuencarral. Do you know Madrid at all? Have you been?
I know.
Okay, we should go.
Let's go. Take
The
me
Restaurante
there.
Anaur, Anaur,
Uh-huh.
and sawdust on the floor and a TV playing, and
Sounds like my kind of place.
it is. Yes, well, I'm gathering.
So how did the meeting go down?
Well, at first you thought I was an idiot, which
That's a great
it's
start.
kind of a theme in my life.
Because it's all uphill from there.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can't get any worse.
You
really.
reckon we're at the idiot phase right now? You and I?
We're striving.
Yeah. So did your eyes lock across this noisy bar? And
Not quite. No, she's like, who's this guy? Who's this loser? Our Irish friend Mary O'Donnell, who from Dublin,
uh-huh.
who's sharing an apartment with Diana. She was in an apartment with several people, mostly foreigners.
Oh, so there were mutual friends that...
A mutual friend introduced us, and you've got to meet my friend Bill. That's my Irish accent.
Yeah.
For the-
And we'll call Mary, and she can tell you what you're doing wrong with the Irish accent.
There'll be lists. Anyway, so she introduced us, and Diana's like, oh, God, who's this guy? And then, we went in Madrid. You don't just stay in one place. You have dinner, and then you go to a bar, and then you go to another bar. And so by like the third bar, Mary says, "Oh, Bill had an exhibition here. He's an artist." And Diana says, "Oh, he's an artist." Suddenly, he's got more interesting. So, which can also have the opposite effect on women. I have to mention.
Yeah, I guess it could go either
Can
way.
go either way.
It's
Like
like-
most of the things that come out of my mouth apparently can go either way. So
Yeah. And so after that...
and often do.
After that night, was one or the other of you were both smitten?
Yeah, there was smittening involved. Yeah,
Smitten.
smiting, smittening. I don't know what.
Smiting. I think we don't need to get all Old Testament on this.
Yes, well,
Well, so was it like right away? And then you had...
it was. Yeah, it was fairly quick. It was a fairly quick segue.
And
into,
what was she doing in Madrid?
she was doing a study. She had been living in Israel,
Uh-huh.
in Tel Aviv. She was working for a think tank in Jerusalem, writing a study on the Jewish diaspora in Madrid, in Spain.
Oh.
So she was interviewing all the eligible Jewish bachelors
So she's...
in Spain, and then she got stuck with me.
So
that's
she's clever that way.
she's a very smart lady.
Yeah. And were you a Jewish bachelor at the time?
Still not.
Still not.
No.
So I'm guessing not Jewish, but now married.
Yes,
So
I am married.
Oh, for two and a half.
to Diana.
And
Just to clarify,
how
we're married to each other. It's great.
how long past that initial meeting in that tapas bar?
Yes.
How long past that did you get engaged?
Several months. We kind of split up briefly, but due to circumstances that I won't go into now.
Oh, come on, we have a whole hour to fill.
No. I'm drawing a discreet vow.
How old were you at the time?
I was like 30, 31.
Uh-huh.
Not a young lad. She was 24.
Yeah. And in the certain circumstances, did it have to do with your girlfriend who you'd left back home?
No.
Rats. was
Sorry.
best. That was my
Sorry,
best
that was your
guess.
best guess. You're wrong.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving swiftly on. What's your next question, Ron?
I'll ask the
You've
questions
got 8
here.
pages of questions. We're still on page
No,
4.
it's 8 pages of information.
Oh, okay.
So a few months later, you popped the question, or you guys just sort of decided to get married?
Yeah, I popped the question. Well, I was saying something like I could spend the rest of my life with you, and she says, "Are you asking me or are you telling me?" So I'm like, "Oh, well then I guess I'm asking you." So she sort of said, "I will."
Oh, good for her. Way to put it. Way to put it to him.
She's a very forward gal.
Yeah, but that's a really good question.
Yes.
And why were you in Madrid? Were you there to follow up the show? Were you taking the show
Well, I
down or
originally
something?
went with a ex-girlfriend, but we'd been broken up for years at this point, and several other semi-disastrous relationships ensued.
Wait, you went with several disastrous
No,
relationships?
I went with
just
one quite good relationship,
I
but that
see.
ended, and then there were some other women who we won't mention again to protect
But
the innocents.
that's not why you went to Madrid, is it?
No, I was working at a record. I went to art school in Edinburgh originally,
Uh-huh.
many years ago. And then I sort of did other things. I was back in Edinburgh. I was working at a record store. I worked in a couple of record stores. The other record shop, which doesn't exist anymore, an HMV,
Sure.
His Master's
His
Voice.
master's voice, yeah.
I worked there. And so my girlfriend happened to be also working at HMV. And we decided to move to Madrid because that was more fun than working in a record store in Edinburgh.
And did the record store in Edinburgh have any records by Heyday? Have you heard of this group?
No, because at that time they didn't exist.
Okay.
The records. There's one CD. It's available on Spotify. Heyday Edinburgh. I don't know if you can search it, but
Heyday Edinburgh?
I was the Heyday
what we-
Edinburgh.
that's what we'd
That's on
search.
Spotify. That should come up. I was the keyboard player. The singer wrote most of the. Wrote basically all the songs.
Uh-huh. And who were
It was a college friend.
who were the keyboard players who you liked or revered at that point in your life?
Not really. I was not really a keyboard player. I just faked it, as you do.
Yeah.
I learned enough to play the songs. Did you find it?
Did you? Oh,
There's different heydays.
and producer extraordinaire Jen Hamoud finding it on her phone right now.
I'm not sure this is the right one, but
I'll tell you.
Heyday is a popular queer house music club.
No, it's not that one.
That's Heyday the place.
I'm not
We're
sure
looking
your
for
producer's got
Heyday the band.
Google skills appropriate for the.
So
Well,
so
there must be another one then. Try Spotify.
so you were in Edinburgh.
For the love of God, woman. Yes, that's it. She's found it. Redeemed.
Can we
She's-
hold that up to a microphone here or something?
If you must.
No.
No? You
The,
sure?
the quality control guy, Matt.
It's not going to
the-
make a huge difference.
We're not going to be able to put this on
the
YouTube.
the parent of all the children in this booth right now says no, we can't do it.
Oh,
But we're certainly, you're one of maybe numerous copyright owners of that song, and it's 40 years old. It's not in the public domain.
1984?
Oh,
5?
42 years.
1984.
So you left
I don't
the
think anyone's. It's only on a private label. It's
Right.
not gonna. It's not on EMI or something.
right
CBS.
still.
Virgin.
So you left the record store
Yes.
in Edinburgh with a
To-
girlfriend who worked at the competing record store.
No, she worked in the same record store.
HMV. Oh, I see.
HMV.
And the two of you went to.
She was the folk music buyer. I was the cassette buyer,
Uh-huh.
which means I selected which cassettes to order. It's a very responsible job.
The folk music buyer.
Folk
and,
music.
And this is 1980 something?
Yeah, 86, 85, 86.
Right.
I'd actually left the band. Had that. There was a sad story. Am I feeding back or
No, you're too far.
I'm too far? Okay, sorry. Where was I? Yeah, I'd left the band. I was sort of kicked out of the band. Well, I'd switch my day off at the record store, which the other members of the band knew I was usually off on Tuesday or whatever. But I'd switched it for some reason, and I lived in the same apartment as the singer, and the doorbell rang, and on my day off, normally I opened the door, and there's a guy with a keyboard under his arm, and he looked a bit embarrassed, because they wanted to try out a different keyboard player.
Yeah. And that's how you found out?
That's how I found out they were conspiring. So I sort of left the band on the spot.
Yeah.
as you do.
Were
Really.
you in a huff?
I was definitely in a huff, yeah.
Wow.
It was a very awkward situation, as you can imagine.
I'm imagining it now. It sounds horrible.
It was horrible, yes.
But so you left there. You left your employer, HMV, and you.
Yeah, we moved to Madrid on a whim,
on a whim.
and we found jobs teaching English.
That sounds pretty good.
Which it's still, TEFL, teaching English as a foreign language. It's a thing people do.
Yeah.
So we did that. I worked for In Lingua, which is a famous language school. It was a spin-off from Berlitz. You've probably heard of Berlitz.
I have.
So yeah, it was some renegade Berlitz
I've got
teachers.
some Berlitz phrase books.
They're very useful.
Yeah.
It's a good... anyway, so I did that for a while. I was teaching English.
So you had some kind of college degree under your belt at this point
Yeah,
in time.
in art, which is, as you know, is pretty useless.
Pretty
You can't
much
really useless. You can't get a job really. Like, I've got a degree in painting. Like,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yay.
That's the exit over there. But yeah, so it doesn't open a lot of doors having a degree. I mean, except you needed a degree to be able to teach English. That was sort of the requirement. So
Right.
and to speak English.
And how long did you do that for?
Well, I lived in different schools in Madrid for like 4.5 years.
Wow.
I also taught English in Paris. After Madrid, Diana and I, at this point, we got married, as you do. Moved to Paris, as you do,
Yeah, sure.
because it's Paris.
It's been a fairly interesting.
Well,
life.
so far it gets duller as we go.
Well, let's just
These
say
are the high points.
Let's keep
It's
talking
on
about
it's on a downward trend.
top of this bars. So the woman you moved to Madrid with, that didn't work out.
That didn't.
And then you met Diana.
After several other interludes, sure, which
Yeah.
we glossed over.
Yeah. Well, we don't have to gloss over them.
No, we do.
Yeah.
Anyway, I do. Anyway.
And did you get married in Spain?
No, we got married we were living in England. Diana went to the University of Essex in Colchester, which is
Okay.
like 60 miles from London, to do a master's in international human rights law, a 1-year course.
Wow.
And so we got married in Colchester,
Okay.
Essex. Then we got married again in Portland, Oregon, where she's from Portland, Oregon,
Okay.
I should mention,
Oh,
originally.
And so some family came to the Colchester wedding. Some family.
Yeah, my
came
parents
to
and their driver, Hugh, their neighbor,
their driver.
well, he wasn't a professional. It was a friend who drove them. Because it was a long
I
distance.
see. It wasn't a chauffeur named Jeeves.
No, we didn't have a chauffeur. We weren't posh.
Did you have a butler?
No. My parents had a small restaurant. My dad, okay, here's the deal. My dad, who was Irish, and my mother, who was English, he worked on the railroad as a ganger. That's the guys who fix the tracks if there's like a problem with the rails and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of guys going, like if there's a bent rail or something, they do that kind of thing. And we also had a restaurant. We had a small restaurant. So the money from the railroad and the restaurant was funneled into a series of badly performing racehorses that he owned. It was a keen racehorse. It didn't really have enough money. You need a lot of money to have racehorses, as you may or may not know. So these were like budget racehorses. One of them won a race once, so we were all kind of surprised when that happened.
And ate well that week, I'm guessing.
Yeah, well, kind of. There wasn't. I think it was like £300,
Yeah.
which is like $350. I don't know what that is. But back in the 70s, that was a useful chunk of change. So
Yeah.
well, we always ate well. We had a little restaurant, so
What kind of restaurant was it?
everything had chips or salad.
Uh-huh.
Got a
Everything had chips
got a
or salad.
response from your
Like
Right.
shepherd's pie?
No, steak and kidney pie. My mother made the steak and kidney pies. We had steak, ham and egg, sausage, egg and chips, peas. Everything had peas.
It's like a Monty Python sketch here. Spam,
My
spam,
life is a
spam,
Monty
spam,
Python.
Spams.
no spam.
No,
we,
no spam.
we drew the line at spam.
That's good. And so growing up there, I mean, do you look back on that time and
With
really
horror.
This is good. It's economical if you just finish the sentence.
Well, the thing was, my dad was a short-tempered Irish man, and he was like the cook in the kitchen. And there was a very thin door between the dining room and the kitchen, and people could hear him yelling at us, like, "You're all useless. You're like a bunch of gypsies." No offense to gypsies, but that's This was the 70s. It was a different time.
Yeah.
You know, you got two speeds, slow and stop. This was the material.
So
Me and my mother and another gal who was the waitress were trying to, you know, serve people, and this is going on. And you'd go out into the dining room, and people would have like broad smiles on their faces because I think they came for the entertainment as much as the food.
which was your short-tempered Irish pop.
Yes,
Like
may his
swearing
memory
in
be
the
a blessing.
kitchen. There
Yes.
used to be a chef around here who was famous for being a short-tempered Irish chef and really good, and
Was
always
his name Bill Ayton Sr.?
yelling at people from the kitchen. Yeah,
So, yeah, well, we created that. He should be paying royalties.
that's right. Royalties. Do you engage in anything that produces royalties?
No, basically no.
I mean, your creative pursuits seem really vast,
Fast.
and I wondered if maybe any of
Royalties.
them.
No, so far, no royalties, but I'm working on it. I tried NFTs, but all I got was a bunch of scam people sending me emails saying, we'll pay you $3,000 for that, but you have to sign on at this website and pay a bunch of money, but you'll get more money back, but
Yeah,
you don't. There's a lot of scams out there.
yeah. And what things did you put up to sell as NFTs?
Well, the AI, some of which you've got downloaded, a bunch of those. I can't remember exactly which ones.
Right. And what attracted you to the NFT realm?
Because it's very difficult to sell digital art. You know, how do you sell someone a thumb drive? You can print it out and sign it. I've done that.
Right.
But it seemed like a good idea. If you've got a lot of digital art, you can sell an original for, you know, a lot of money, perhaps.
But then it's digital. What do? You pledge that you take it out of circulation?
Well, no, it's somebody has a designated original copy. That's the master copy. There's still endless other copies, but that one's, you're the official owner of that.
So that's it. Some
So you're
certification.
sort of figuring out the flaw in the system here.
And I'm guessing the certification is digital as well.
Yeah, it's on the blockchain,
Right.
which is a thing that
Sure.
somebody created. I don't know. It exists.
But it wasn't you, so you're not getting residuals
Virtually.
from the blockchain.
Well, you would if you. The idea was you'd sell it and it would be on the blockchain, and then if it was resold, you would get like 10% of the resale.
Right.
So it sounded like a good system.
Yeah.
And I spent like 2 weeks figuring out. I got a wallet and I got some Ethereum, which is a currency. I got
Right.
like $20 of Ethereum,
A
just
blockchain currency.
a blockchain currency. Bitcoin.
Right. Didn't the Trumps issue some sort of blockchain?
Yeah, he was a bit more successful than
Bitcoin.
me.
Yeah. Yeah. But his Bitcoin, family Bitcoin, seems to have gone the same way as the value of most NFTs.
Yeah, it's like 10% of what it was or something when he issued it. So it's
And have you paid attention to the NFT market since dabbling
not really.
in it?
No, it seems to be pretty, if not dead, then flapping around on the ground,
Yeah.
trying to breathe.
Now, when you say that, flapping
Yes.
around on the ground trying to breathe,
Yes, that's a technical
does a visual
yes,
image come
I
into your
got an
head?
image like a fish
Uh-huh.
with like a dollar sign on it, branded onto it.
Right. And
That's what I'm seeing in
what
my
kind of fish?
brain.
Big fish, little fish?
A large fish,
Colors?
a flounder. You know, iridescent, grayish, shiny.
Right. Can you see
Does it-
Can you see the scales?
Yes, but they're
did-
very small. They're very small scales.
I see. So this
You seem
thing,
to be very focused on this fish.
well, here's where I'm going with that is, it's fascinating to me, the AI art that you make, and
Yes.
I'm really curious about what prompts you give, what information you put in. Do you say, I can see the scales, the eyes are blue, the color is orange, whatever? How much information do you put in when
Well,
you're
it's-
starting an AI painting?
as much as it's not only tech. I mean, that's the prompt you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's only part of it. People think you just type in a bunch of stuff and it spits out a masterpiece,
Yeah.
which sometimes it does, to be fair, and some people just do that. I do a bit more than I put in like my own artwork. Yeah, with the system which is called Leonardo AI, which is not affiliated with Diana's. I just want to clarify, it's a different, completely different organization.
Okay.
But it sounds like Leonardo, people, because he did the Mona Lisa and, things.
Yeah.
He's like the creative genius, so people call things after him. Anyway, so you can put in photos, you can influence the output quite a lot, for one thing.
And so what kinds of photos do you typically put?
Well, I usually put in my art rather than, the Mona Lisa or Guernica or something. So for copyright, protection reasons.
All right, let's talk about this one piece, which I think is going to be up on this podcast when it's after it's
that
produced.
one.
This one.
It's called Tower Unraveling because it's a Tower of Babel kind of image, like the Bruegel Tower. Not the actual Tower of Babel was a ziggurat, I believe. It's sort of like step pyramid, squarish kind of trapezoid step pyramid thing. But I like the Peter Bruegel medieval cylindrical tower. So I mean, I did probably prompt it with Tower of Babel because it understands that, and it spits out. But I also put a bunch of other stuff like tendrils, and you basically play around with adjectives and things.
And so you'll put the adjectives in, and it'll spit something out, and you'll be like, no, I wanted this or that.
Yeah.
And
so it usually spit out like 4 examples. You can choose how many you want. Give me 2, give me 6, give me 32. And it gives you variations, so you can select the best one, or you can take the best one and mess about with it.
Right.
Edit it.
Yeah, so, sort of massaging the prompts, getting them just right seems very much part of the artistry of what
it is, yes. That's a significant part. But also, if you also put in your own, if you put in a drawing of the Tower of Babel, for example, or a fish or something, that would influence the output. Then you can also take the output and select parts of it, like mask parts of it, and reprompt it, like put a tree here, or put another fish, or put an elephant over there.
Yeah.
Or, something, whatever. And you can also outpaint, which means you can select part of the image and have there's like a selection box. You can put it to the side, so half of the image is included, and it'll add to that image out the side. So you can expand it up and down or sideways.
And can you have sort of like layers of imagery on one canvas? I'm coming from a Photoshop world where you...
Yeah, it doesn't really do layers.
Right.
It would erase what... Yeah, it's there's a bit of Photoshopery kind of...
But you can sort of highlight one part and say, change everything except for this one part?
Well, you would highlight the one part you wanted to change and say, make it red, or put a octopus there.
So how many iterations do you usually see before you think, okay, that's what I had in my mind?
As many as it takes, Norm.
But does it usually take 20 or?
No, well, sometimes. Sometimes you get it right first time. You're like, score, got it. Sometimes you need a few things. Sometimes you're fiddling around with the thing for hours and it still doesn't work, or it finally works. So it's really completely random. And sometimes it just spits out garbage and you're like, well, that was a waste of time.
Right. And so what is your relationship to sort of the ownership of this image, taking credit for that image?
I feel like I did it.
Okay.
I mean, it's like I have a very fast but stupid assistant who fills in a lot of details, and
right.
It's sometimes brilliant, but often not.
But you don't feel like you're part of an artist's team.
Well, it's like a co-production. It's
right.
like there's 2 of us.
Right. But everybody who looks at AI art understands that that's the way it is. A co-production.
Guess. Yeah, I occasionally get people put comments like AI slop, which I get offended by, because you do see some very bad. There's a lot of cat in a spacesuit kind of, or attractive woman in a spacesuit, or attractive woman with no clothes kind of images.
And a cat.
And a cat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And somehow the interweb visitors are not always kind.
They just see AI and they think, oh, I'm just going to write AI slop here because I've heard it's slop. And I've seen plenty of oil painting slop in my time.
And is that what you were doing in uni and when in studying in Edinburgh? Were you
Was I doing oil painting slop? Or I was painting. I was drawing and painting. I got a degree in drawing and painting. That's the title of the degree.
Uh-huh. And you're a wonderful painter and a really, really good draftsman.
And a wonderful human being. You forgot to.
Well, we'll see. There's 29 minutes left in this interview.
Okay, well, that's
so when,
challenge accepted.
So when you made a drawing, and I think we're going to show this drawing. It's called the Lovers.
Okay.
And it looks like it's graphite on something or other.
It's ink. I think it's the one you
It's ink.
showed me before.
Yeah, it's the one I showed you.
It's ink. I use a brush and ink usually.
Okay.
I don't like charcoal. It's too messy.
Yeah.
I don't like mess.
Smart.
Which, paint is messy enough, but
Yeah.
ink is messy. I get black.
And then this AI stuff, there's no mess at
There's
all.
no mess
really.
at all, really, except
Huh.
for unless it, looks messy.
So when you first shifted, I mean, you were trained as a solo craftsman. You're drawing what you're drawing.
Yeah, I was
you're painting what you're painting.
Does air quotes. Yeah, it was a bit. Edinburgh College of Art at the time, I wasn't very impressed with the. They didn't really train us to do anything. They tried to channel us in certain directions. So if you sort of fit one of the directions they were trying to channel people into, then you did very well. And I was sort of between channels. I was doing sort of surrealistic-ish things at the time because I was a young fella.
Yeah.
And fell under the spell of the surrealists a bit.
Do you think that's something lots of young fellows do? Fall
Yeah,
under
it
that
seems like
particular spell?
Dali. If you're young, he seems like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And then you sort of realize, yeah, it's not that good.
And I'm just curious, what do you think the attraction is? Because I fell under the sway of that when I was in my 20s.
Sure. Well, it looks. It's very precise. It looks very, polished, photorealistic.
And it's not of this world.
Yeah, otherworldly. It's very imaginative and.
Which describes a lot of your recent AI.
Sure.
pieces.
Yeah, you can see a connection there. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think of them as surrealistic?
There's elements of surreal. I wouldn't say they are surrealistic. They're imaginative. I also like the symbolists. The decadent symbolists, like John Delville or Arnold Berklin. Isle of the Dead.
Yeah.
Island of the Dead. He was a pretty bad painter, but he produced one masterpiece that he
Interesting
repeated
thinker.
5 times.
The Island of the Dead, which you've done an AI version
I've
of.
ripped it off a few times, yes.
An homage.
An homage
Yeah.
or a rip-off, depending.
Or rip-off, depending.
Also Bosch. I created a Tumblr called AI Bosch because I found that the only artist AI could really do a decent job with was Hieronymus Bosch because his creatures look sort of mutated anyway. So I tried getting it to do Picasso paintings and it really wasn't very good.
Yeah.
So I tried Jack Kirby. I like the comics artist Jack Kirby. I tried to get it to generate some Jack Kirby-esque drawings, and they were pretty terrible. So
Are those up on one of your numerous websites?
They were so bad, I deleted, or I probably have them on a hard drive somewhere, but
Yeah. Now,
they were just not good.
how many websites do you have?
A bunch.
There's a lot.
Yeah, well, there's my Ayton.net, which is horribly out of date. I have a blog, or 2. I have the Flickr. I put most of my stuff on Flickr. Everyone says the way you're using Flickr, that's so out of date, but
Good.
It suits my art.
It's going to be cool again soon, I'm sure.
Thanks to me, perhaps. Are you on
Thanks.
Flickr?
No. I think I did sign up to just now I think I had been, and I haven't been in since it went out of style, and I re-signed up to see your work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to sign up, or did you have to sign up to download?
Well, maybe that was it, but it said something like, put in your username, and I did. It said, all right, put in a password. I guessed correctly on that, but I don't think I'd been on Flickr for 30 or so years.
Yeah, it's not the coolest. It's very uncool.
Do you store stuff apart from Flickr stuff? Do you store stuff in the cloud?
Yeah, I have like Google Drives and stuff. Yeah.
And
But mostly it's on Flickr or on my hard drive, which only I can access.
yeah, it was password protected hard drive.
No, but it's in my house, so I think it's fairly safe-ish.
Yeah. Didn't you have a backup of your backup?
Not necessarily, no. I've lost hard drives before, and stuff is gone. But most of the good stuff I put on Flickr just to have it's there. That's probably fairly safe.
Yeah, which is
Now I'm
akin
worried.
to putting it up in the cloud.
Yeah. Sure. Yes.
Yeah. And so I want to go back to this thing that might happen next, your next show in China.
Okay.
How did that
Fingers crossed.
come?
Yes.
Yeah, knocking on wood right here.
Yes, wood.
How did that come to pass that you were on their radar?
Yeah, Diana did her organization did they do a Leonardo AI do a journal, a scholarly journal on art, science, technology, the intersection between them, and they did a special issue with Tsinghua University
Okay.
in Beijing, and that's how the initial thing happened. And then we were featured in a Chinese art magazine. I think it's called Art and Design.
Mm-hmm.
Like the official, unofficial, which has a huge circulation compared to American art magazines, I believe. I'm not sure. Diana seemed to think it was millions, but I think it's not that big. But yeah, we're in a magazine. Because I did this thing in Union Square in New York called New Babel,
Yeah.
a 10-story Tower of Babel. There's a lot of Tower of Babels,
And
with a 10-story globe above it. Which
and
is
it's still there.
If on an Android phone, I think it's still there, but on iPhones, you have to pay every year for the. Am I losing signal here? Sorry. You have to pay an annual subscription on Apple, but with Android, I think you pay once and it stays there forever.
And what platform is that on? So if I go there with my iPhone,
You won't be able to. No, you need an Android phone.
All right, if I go there with my friend's Android,
yeah,
how
there's
would I see
there's an
this
app,
thing?
New Babel app.
Oh,
You'd have to download from
it's your own app.
Yeah, well, it was actually created by somebody at the New School. It was celebrating the 100 years of the New School in New York City, and so we developed it with the developer. I didn't actually code or anything. I just gave some drawings to this lady. Min Kwok is her name.
Min Kwok.
That's Min Kwok.
Yeah.
She's a developer who was working at the New School. She was a grad student or something that they gave us to work with. So she did the tricky stuff. We
So
just said,
was it a commission for you to do this?
yeah, I think they paid me. I can't remember. Yeah, so I think there was a commission. That's like
So-
a fee.
So supposing I have the Android and the app,
Yes.
and I go there.
You go there and you click on it, and if you're standing in Union Square looking in the right direction, you'll see a 10-story Tower of Babel with a huge globe above it.
And is it animated at all?
Yeah, the globe goes around. You can walk into the tower. You can walk through the wall, which is kind of cool. You sort of you're getting closer and closer, and then you're inside and you're looking up, and it's hollow inside, so you can see the.
And this is what you'd call augmented reality.
That's because it's on your phone. It doesn't exist it's not virtual reality because you need the goggles
Oh, you need the goggles?
for virtual reality. This is
but for this.
augmented.
And it's just on your phone
It's
and
just on your phone.
or your
In fact,
tablet.
If you're on Wi-Fi here,
Yeah, I think so.
we think so. If I got a card. It's my. If you scan that QR code, I'll give you. You can all. Do you want one? I've got lots.
Constellation XR.
No, that's a website. The other side, the blue side
Yeah.
there, has a QR code that goes to an augmented reality sculpture of the Tower of Babel, not the one that was in. It's another one.
Okay.
It's a constellation, and it has like a crown. If you scan,
And could I see that right now on,
yes,
on
but you're on the wrong side.
on my
you need to
iPhone?
flip the other.
the other side?
the other
Side of this. Okay.
So
So
to scan that, and it'll pop up, link, and then it'll say, "Do you want to do this?" Because for security, you have
yeah.
to say yes or okay
Yeah.
a
Heck
couple
yeah.
of times.
Yeah. Allow.
Allow. Jen's got it.
Allow.
And you can zoom squeeze, zoom in
Allow
and out.
some more. It's
Yeah,
like,
allow.
oh, wow.
There you go. And you can with your finger and thumb, you can zoom in and out, and squeeze in and out.
That was pretty. That's pretty cool.
And you can tap to place if you want to put it, somewhere else.
Yeah.
You tap the screen, it'll put it.
I'll place it just out the door there.
Yeah, there you go.
This
It
is
should detect floors and walls.
Beautiful. It reminds me a little bit of that thing on the west side of Manhattan that they built.
That thing, yes. The what's it called?
I don't know.
The thing. They had to close it down because
Suicide tower.
people were jumping off it.
Yeah.
That's
So this
this
is,
one's completely safe. You can't climb it, so
Right.
You can try, but
and there's some version of this kind of technology in Union Square,
If
and it's the
it's-
Tower of Babel with
Yes.
the spinning globe on top.
yeah. Oh, and 4 billboards with the 4 freedoms. With my reinterpretation of the 4 freedoms, the Roosevelt
And what are
freedom
they?
from fear, freedom from want, freedom of religion
Yeah,
or choice or whatever,
freedom of speech.
freedom of speech. I think that's in
I
his
think,
forum.
I think Norman Rockwell did
Yeah,
those.
he jumped. He beat me to the post with that one.
Hack.
Yeah, I was at the Well, he's good.
I love.
I was at the
love
Rockwell
Norman Rockwell.
Museum up in Stockbridge.
Yeah,
I was there fairly recently.
An amazing, beautiful place.
Yeah, it's he was good at what he did.
Yeah, I thought he was great.
Yeah.
But people relegate him and so many others to like the realm of illustrator instead of
Sure.
fine artist,
Yes,
which I don't quite.
I think he's on the cut. I think you can make a case that he was a painter.
You
I
started
mean, a
saying
fine-
on the cusp. What do you think
Well, it
the
bridged
dividing line
in-
is?
I don't know, but he's in that in the vector in the Venn diagram.
Yeah,
He's in that middle bit
yeah.
probably.
Huh. So the 4 freedoms are 4 billboards in Union Square.
Around the tower, yeah.
Around
They're
the
like
tower.
10, 20 feet high. I mean, virtually, they don't really exist, but it's an overlay on your
Right.
phone camera. But
Huh. And this grad student made the tech for you.
She did.
Do you use sort of off the shelf AR tech for anything?
Well, I mean, there are off-the-shelf platforms.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, but the model, the things, the objects, like the thing I just showed you, I made that tower in 3D. This one I did myself.
Okay.
I used to at Arizona State University. I was teaching Blender, which is a 3D modeling suite suite of programs. And I was also I did 2 while we lived in Arizona for like a year, cumulatively, 9 months in Tempe, where ASU is, and 3 months in Phoenix a bit later.
Uh-huh.
And while I was teaching, I was mostly teaching remotely because it was COVID time. So I was teaching. I was quite popular. By the end, I had like 94. Between 2 classes, I had like 94 students, which is
That's
quite good.
pretty good.
I met this gal who was. There's a thing called the Mix Center in Mesa, Arizona, and she was new, and they were having trouble attracting students because it was a schlep from Tempe or Phoenix. So she's like, "Yeah, I have 2 students in my class. I have a few more than that. You want some of mine?" But that was because it was so far out.
And do you enjoy teaching?
Yeah, I did, but it was taking all my time. So I thought, and it was getting repetitive because it takes a long time to come up with new material. If you want to create a new course, I'm like, well, this took me forever. So
Yeah.
I declined, and I wasn't working on my own stuff. So
And what motivates you to create?
it's just I can't really stop myself for very long.
Yeah. Have you ever tried?
Yeah, for week or 2, sure,
Yeah.
as you do.
You gain a lot of weight. You get cranky.
You get cranky, you start yelling at the kids, who are
Yeah.
all grown up now. So it's just Diana, really.
Right.
She's not happy. So, yes.
So where do you think that compulsion comes from?
I don't know. Just,
I don't know if you can't stop. It's a kind of a compulsion.
I guess. I don't have an addictive, I just have a obsessive personality, I guess. I don't know.
And
We're delving into my psyche here, Nolan.
yeah.
It's not what I signed up for.
Didn't you? Oh, yes, you did. Can we show him the thing he signed, please?
I signed something?
Yeah, sure you did.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm just curious about the creative impulse and why people do it. And it seems like you're motivated all the time to make stuff.
A lot of the time, yeah. And when I'm not doing, like fixing things around the house. Not that I'm very good at it, but I do it because, you can't get a guy to fix things these days. It's
Right.
So I'm like watching YouTube videos, and I can do that
Yeah.
reasonably well-ish.
Yeah. And you're like fixing the burst pipes and
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah, the kitchen sink pipe burst, literally the drain pipe under the
Yeah.
kitchen sink. And I called the plumber. We got a very good plumber who I'm not going to name on here because everyone will want him. But he was on vacation, so we were like stuck for a week without using the kitchen sink or the dishwasher. So I had to get MacGyver-ish, and I found a piece of pipe from a vacuum cleaner. And there was a big hole in the brass pipe that goes straight down, and it was like leaking. So at first I tried wrapping tape. There's this, latex. I bumped the microphone. The self-adhesive tape. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, it was so weak, it just crushed the pipe. So there was like more water coming out.
oh, geez.
So I'd messed it up. So I had to get some tin snips and cut out the pipe and jam in a piece of vacuum cleaner pipe. And then put the latex. And that actually worked pretty well.
And when the plumber came and saw
He
your
didn't laugh
fix,
at it outwardly.
he didn't.
He didn't say,
He's-
good job, Bill.
He's
No.
probably telling the story right now to somebody,
Yeah, he's probably, this idiot.
having a hearty chuckle. But you,
Yes.
but you
I
fixed it. You made it work.
I made it work
Yeah,
for a budget of like $10.
yeah. It's funny. I mean, it's the exact opposite in my mind to the AI work. I mean, this real world, hands-on, actual physical fixing.
Yes. So
And-
it's
and
an interesting counterpoint to that.
And do you enjoy puttering around the house?
Yes, mostly. Although sometimes I just have to, when something breaks and you can't get a guy, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Diana's not going to fix it, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, Diana.
Diana, she'll have lists about it. But no.
Yeah, that's good. Lists of things to fix.
I'm going to catch hell for this one.
Yeah,
Jen's nodding, yes.
yeah.
It was Norm's fault. He made me say it.
Yeah, it's my bad.
all Norm.
Send the hate mail to me, care of Jen Hamoud at Radio
Jen
Free
Hamoud.
Redcliffe. So what was I going to ask? Oh yeah, how did you? So you went from
Yes.
north of England.
Sure,
What did you
just
say? In the Lancashire Yorkshire
border,
border,
the borderlands.
up to Edinburgh.
Yes.
and then to like Spain and
Madrid.
Paris,
Well, then back to England. Diana
to
was doing
England.
the Colchester thing.
and then
In
you
Paris, 2.5 years in Paris.
and then you came to New York at some
Yeah,
point.
we moved to Brooklyn at that point. She got a
Right.
gig in Manhattan at Hunter College. There was a human rights program, and the guy was taking like a year leave of absence and needed somebody to fill in for a year, so she got a gig. So we found a place in Brooklyn, near a friend of hers from college, on the same street. Dean Street, Brooklyn, number 96.
96th Street.
Oh, and while we were living there was an episode of The X-Files, New Mexico. It said, Dean Street, Brooklyn. I'm like, what? That's where we live.
Yeah.
Are they outside now?
Oh,
Are
they've
the
been
aliens there?
keeping track of you the whole time.
That's, I thought
Clearly.
it was a message from the government, really.
Yeah. So how long did you live in Brooklyn?
Well, we lived on Dean Street for a year and a half. 7 years in Brooklyn, in fact. So like 2.5 on Dean and 4.5 on. We moved to near Grand Army Plaza, Prospect Heights, Eastern Parkway, corner of Underhill Avenue.
Okay. And the question I'm leading up to is, how did you get here?
There's a train.
Oh, took the train. Many people have.
Yeah, well, so we wanted to move. The kids were in, our daughter, Sarah, who was like 4 or 5 at the time, and our younger daughter, Lizzie, who's the same age as your daughter, we discovered.
Alice.
And went to, I don't know if you wanted to say her name, but Lizzie and Alice were,
It's her alias.
and alias sounds like Alice.
Alias Alice, I know.
It's almost an anagram.
We're clever that way.
Yes. Sorry, what was I saying? We had these 2 kids, and Sarah was at a school, which was ironically was on Dean Street where we'd moved from,
Oh, yeah.
and we had to like get a special thing to get her a variance or whatever they call it, to get her into this like magnet school.
Oh,
And we to kindergarten there, and we weren't very impressed with the quality of education that was being given.
right.
And Diana had like a vision of moving upstate, and we'd work remotely and live in bucolic splendor.
It's a big place upstate. How did you zero in on Rhinebeck?
Well, we went to a bunch of we got in touch with realtors We were looking over the river, like near those Stone Ridge, Woodstock, and all those places.
Yeah.
And we got stuck overnight in Woodstock in like January because the realtor had said, oh, looked at the bus schedule. We're taking a bus. Oh, like there's a bus in like an hour. Go get some dinner and then come back out here and get the bus back to the city. So we went to get some dinner and we came out and we're standing around in the freezing cold with two small girls nestling under Diana's coat and like, where's this bus? And then we sort of went and looked at, and it was only weekends or something. It wasn't the bus wasn't running, so we're stranded in Woodstock in the dark on a freezing night. Luckily, we found a B&B, and then the next day we were looking at Rhinebeck. We were meeting a realtor from Rhinebeck. We'll call him Paul Hallenbeck.
Okay.
Shout out to Paul Hallenbeck.
Yeah. Not as clever an alias as Alice, but whatever.
Yeah, it could be an anagram for something else.
Oh boy.
So and we found a little schoolhouse. That was our first. We've been in two houses in the Rhinebeck area. It was a one-room schoolhouse that had been expanded on Rhinecliffe Road, near Creed Ankeny Farm. There's a little road.
Oh yeah, I think I know the place. Is it still there, sort of up on the hill?
It's set. No, it's not really on a hill. It's set back a bit.
Yeah.
If you're going towards Rhinebeck, it's on the right. If you're going towards Rhinebeck,
on the north.
Yes, that would be the north side.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, it's been painted like teal, I think now. It was gray.
Yeah.
It's a one-room schoolhouse and there's an addition on the back. And anyway, it wasn't really the right house, but we kept looking at houses and we couldn't agree on a house that we liked. So we got that one. And then now we've moved to another house, which is a better fit, and it has a studio out there.
Oh, that's nice. And
you'll have to come visit.
Oh, that'd be great.
Jen's been. You've been.
That's lovely.
Who gets the studio?
That's me. What a question. I get all the fun. I get the basement, the studio, the garage. Diana just gets the house.
And some cupboards under the leaky sink.
Yeah, well, she can. I have to deal with that. But
yeah.
So what are we talking? Is this about art?
I think we can talk about.
I think we wandered off a bit.
Anything you'd like. Hey, thank you so much for bringing these margaritas and this
I didn't
beer
make the margaritas
and everything. It's really delicious.
It's cider, apple cider. If it's got fruit in it, it can't be bad for you.
Oh, I was not aware.
That's my medical opinion. You're in the medical field. Are you still ish? Sure.
And it's got a picture of an orange right on it, so it must be good for probably vitamin C.
It's proof we're needed.
And so how long have you been here in Rhinebeck?
25 years now.
And did your kids graduate here?
Yeah. All of them. Yeah, James was the two girls were born in Brooklyn at Long Island College Hospital, which Jen apparently knows well. She's Northern. And James was born in the Northern Duchess.
The New Garden Birthing Center.
The New Garden, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and
which is where my youngest
granddaughter was born in the New Garden Birthing.
You've got a grandkid?
A 2-year-old grandkid. And another one on the way, by the way.
Wow, congratulations.
Sarah, who lives in Mexico.
Oh, nice. Whereabouts in Mexico?
Monterrey, Nuevo Leon. It's near Texas, the Texas-ish, northeastern Mexico, in among the mountains. It's not in the mountains. It's surrounded by mountains. It's like the second biggest city in Mexico that nobody's ever heard of.
Nope, never heard of it.
Yeah, it's very big.
Do you get down there often?
Yeah, I've been like 5 times now. Would have been more except for COVID. We couldn't visit during that phase.
And how did you like bringing the kids up here?
It's been very good. Yeah, a very good experience. Much better than Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brooklyn.
And how old were the girls when they moved up here?
Sarah was 5, Lizzie was 2. James was in utero.
Right.
So, yeah, they went right through the system, pretty much. Chancellor Livingston, middle school, Rhinebeck High School.
And did they miss city life at that age?
No, after one day at Chancellor Livingston, Sarah said, "Mom, I hate my old school."
And what was the old school like?
The playground was like blacktop, and it was a chain link fence and broken glass in the street, and
Yeah, it's a whole different scene.
different thing.
And the
I'm
two
sure
of
it's
you,
fine.
you and Diane, you miss city life?
Diana.
Yeah.
Do we miss it? Not really. I mean, she goes to the city more than I do. Plus, we travel quite a bit to cities.
Right.
She has an office in Oakland, California, but she hasn't really been much since COVID. We used to go to Oakland quite a bit,
Uh-huh.
the Bay Area, and Paris. We've been to Paris a few times.
And it's a blast.
Venice is nice.
Sounds
They
like,
fix that leakage.
sounds like it's been a pretty good life.
Not too bad.
Not too shabby. Where would you like to go back to?
Most of those places. Haven't been back to Madrid since I left, like 35 years. No, 1991. Yeah, 35 years ago.
Do you think you will ever retire?
Yeah, I'm thinking of taking up painting,
Yeah.
maybe art,
Yeah, maybe some kind of art.
some kind of art, maybe with computers.
I heard NFTs
or-
are going to be hot again.
Everything comes around again.
Yeah.
Like virtual reality comes around every 20 years.
But you're about my age. I think somewhere it said you're 67 years and
Yeah,
10,
you're
10
67.
10 months. I'm
Y-
significantly younger than 67.
Oh, well,
I'm 66.
then that's huge.
And so, my peers are retiring.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, I'm never going to retire. And so I wonder if you, as a fellow artist, if I'd be so
Probably,
bold-
unless I lose my what faculties I have left.
Yeah.
I'm probably just going to keep doing this until I, fall over.
Yeah. That's great.
Fall off the roof.
And
I'm
did
usually
you,
on the roof with a leaf blower. That's it.
what's that?
You ever go on the roof with a leaf blower?
No, never.
You should try it.
No, I'm terrified of the roof.
Oh, okay. Well, we got an extension that's like a one-story roof. So
Yeah.
I go on there. We got gutter guards.
I'll go
installed,
on that
so
kind of
I
a
think
roof. A relatively
Relatively
flat
low,
roof.
flattish
But
roof.
even that, well, I'll make sure somebody else is around in case anything happens.
I usually have to wait till Diana's out of town because she doesn't like me going on the roof.
Yeah.
By the way, I was on the roof earlier. She's thrilled. But
With a leaf blower?
yeah, because you get leaves in the gutter. You have to. What are you going to do? You're going to let them collect there,
I guess. Yeah.
and the water comes in through the wall. And
Ugh, sounds like a nightmare.
yes,
And so when do you hear about this China thing?
your guess is as good as mine. We've been waiting. And first of all, it took me a long time to do this thing. It took me like 6 months to make it, which is a long time
Wow.
for me because I kept going through iterations and wasn't happy with the way it looked and.
And
Then I finally got something I liked. But then they were kind of like, oh, we'll send you the details soon. And then, do you have the details of the show? Oh, we're going to soon. And then finally they sent us, which was in Chinese, they sent us so you got Google Translate, so we're like reading through, and then where's the button that says upload here? So
Yeah.
eventually we had to just email it to the person.
Oh.
So it was a very long process.
right.
And I think everybody in China's on vacation right now or something. So we don't know
Well, I hope
if it's going to happen. We hope it's going to happen.
I hope that whole thing works out as well as this interview did. We're
Okay.
out of time. It's been an
Good
hour.
God, I still have lots. I still have 7 hours worth. You said 8 hours.
So that's what I said. in the
7 hours.
promo for this.
I've been going slow deliberately.
Yeah.
So I won't be going to China. I don't
I'd-
think I'll be going to China, but the art would go to China. By the
Yeah.
way.
Well,
I did a
hope-
thing for China.
Hope you
for
can all go.
on my phone. I did this. This is a wallpaper for China for a Chinese
nice.
phone, the number 3 phone company in China, on our phones.
Sweet. I love that. We're still out of time and
That's
have to
AI.
sign off.
Okay, but
Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Thanks to the co-producers extraordinaire, Matt and Jen.
Let's
And
hear it
thanks
for Matt and Jen.
Thanks so much to Bill
Shout out
Ayton
for Tops Market for supplying
being
the
here
booth,
and being
which I paid for.
as Aytonian
as
as
possible as
I
the
dreamed.
most Aytonian.
yeah. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Thanks to the Epicurean for hosting us here in the Nook.
Yeah,
Everybody,
it's
have
very
a
large in here.
great weekend.
It's
Bill,
like the
thanks for bringing the
TARDIS.
margaritas.
It's like the reverse TARDIS.
Yeah. Good night. Thanks
Good night.
again.
Thank you.